Good morning. Here in Sweden, is it? It's like it's fall. It's sunshine sometimes, and then it's heavy rain. So today I'm going to stay at home. I do that on the Mondays. It's Monday today, August 8th, 2022. And I do it on Mondays because I have a Sabbath. I use Sabbath in the weekends. So there is much to do after the Sabbath on Mondays. And then I'm going to drive away tomorrow. I'm going to take a taxi because I'm going more far away. And now it started to be, the tourist season is started to slow down, so it's easier to be outside now on those places where tourists want to see. And I'm going to one of the castles we have in this city. We have some castle here, but one of the castle I'm going to tomorrow is my young sister's castle, our royal family's castle. I'll go in there tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know what it was, what I'm talking to God about, but I was talking to God before I fall to sleep, and I say to God that if you don't, you can give me what you want to say to me in a vision dream, or is we can talk in the daytime. Now I can talk with the spirits. The spirits, it's I say the opposite. The spirit can talk to me. That's how it is, because they have to go through God and talk to me. So I don't ask for them to come and talk. It's they that is coming here. So that's different from those commercial that want to talk with spirits because they earn much money on it. It's not entertainment, this. It's serious things. And I maybe talk a little strange because one of my teeth have been broken now. Suddenly I feel it now. And it scratched my tongue. So I try to avoid scratching my tongue when I'm talking to you. That's what maybe I sounds strange. Before I know God is entering here now, and before he start to talk, I'm talking about what's going on in Israel. You know that you that have not listened at me, I'm going to Israel in November. I have an airline ticket bought till November 16, and so I am interested what's going on now in Israel, and it have been this war, this fight, conflict between Israel and Yahids, Islamic. There is many groups in Islam, like it is in, like for example, Christianity. It's in Jewish also. Different views. So when I say Islam or Muslim, I'm sorry, I get sneezing. When I say Islam or Muslim, I don't mean everyone that is in this belief system, because there is good and bad people in all kind of belief system. So I can't say that about everyone in religions. They are coming into religions because they are searching for something. They try to find something, and people. I am not that kind, but most people want to belong to a group. I don't know, as I am not that kind of person, so I don't know why they want to stay in a group and not be on their own. I don't really know. It's confirming things why they are in a group, and it's tradition also that they grow up as a child. They were with their parents to those groups of people gathering in religious groups, and then they feel like they are home. That's where they were as a child, and they felt comfort. Some, not everyone, but they want to hold it. It's like a comfort zone for them. But then it is those people that search for something, and I am a part of this. For you that search, that don't find the comfort in what you have known and what you have been taught, what your parents have teach you, or the church have teach you, or the temple have teach you, and these things, that you don't feel like you have got all the answers. And that's where I am coming in to it. And I tell you that most of the time when something bad is happen, like a war, like this bombing, this launch of rockets and those drone that cover it so it doesn't hit people and buildings and those things going on. And it's some places now it's going on, conflicts. And when if you are going to that place where it is, but when it have happened something bad in that place, is it the most safe place to go to? after, because then they are alert, they are awake, because it have just happened. So they control much more than what they did before. It's in the human nature that also, that it's slow down when something not happen, things not happen, and the more time it had been since the last conflict, the 11 days in conflict in Israel, for example, the more they go to sleep. And when these things happen, it's like press a button. You have to be awake and alert. So I'm not worried to fly to Israel, because I know just after, I am not sure that it's gonna be end of it. It's only a breathing they have now to come back more stronger and have find out another way to do terror in Israel. And I have talked about Gaza. I have Gaza Strip. I have talked about it, that God let me see this documentary about those people that live in Gaza Strip. It was a family we followed, and in the documentary, and they were a little criminal people, the family. So they were kicked out from Israel and to be in Gaza, and I learned that they can live there without paying any rent. They are so that it is now I say, like, it is not everyone, but many is it that is criminal, that have to they kick them out from Israel because they don't want them to be in those cities in Israel to make terror. So they are gathering in Gaza Strip, and that's why it's big conflict. It's built up anger because they are kicked out from the Israel territory, and they built up anger because they are criminal mindset in them. So this will not end. And they have talked about to build the third temple, but so far have it not been that. They're talking about it now again, and it seems they can't agree to where and how the temple should be built. So it's I don't know what I was talking to God about, but He is here now. So what He is talking about is what I was asking Him about before I fall to sleep. So I have to stop talking and wait for God to take place, so He can talk through me to you and to myself also, because it's God that talking and not me. So it's many times that I don't know these things they are saying. So they teach me also. And And now is it a very strong spirit, and it's going in my spine. It's on my head, on the backside of my head, and going down in my spine, and is going to take place now. The spirit that is not the body, it's a spirit, and I see it's like a white cloud. It's like a white wheel. It's going around in a circle, many circles around me, over my head, and going down in my spine, in my back. And now he say, "You ask me." He start saying this. "You ask me," he's saying. Then he it's a finger, and he say, "You ask me," pointing out. He say, "You ask me to point it out places in Israel where to go, where it is in my will that you will visit in Israel." He say, "I will give you amounts," he say, "and tools," he say, "that will cover you in Israel." That's what he's saying. And there is a map. There is a map to point it out where to go. And he's showing me like a mountain. It's not a real mountain. It's this like in a desert, and it's a mountain built like it is like sand. And I think it's symbolic. He's showing me that it's something, a dry land. He say they have no hope. He say that he will take me to a dry land. It's people that have no hope for the future, and they are looking for a leader there, but they look at the wrong direction because they're waiting for a man. He is saying that. And I see this landscape that is a desert, and there is like mountain around it that is full of sand, and that is not literally, it's symbolic. He's showing me that, and he say that he will covering me when I am in Israel, and now he's showing me these people that waiting for me. He they have, these people have I seen before. I have met them before in those vision dreams. And they have a white hat. They have like a white hat. Something on cover their head with white. And then they have a white dress long down to the floor. They are serious in what they waiting for and believe, and they have not going away from what their ancestor have told them. They have stayed in their religion, and they have stay to be clean when it come to bring in people into their group. And it's not those Israelite Samarian, is it not? Because they take in women from Ukraine and make babies with them, and it's not clean. Because those women are coming only because they want the money. They are very much hungry in money, those women. And I know it. Because my daughter, in her church, they have people from Ukraine coming every summer to work for them, to get money. And she tell me, my daughter telling me that they are money hungry, so very money hungry. And I have met other people that talking about these women, that they are money hungry. So they are not coming to the Israelite Samarian by their belief in what they believe in. They are coming for the money. Of course, it can be someone that is coming for they are interested of, or they believe. It can happen. But these people is not Israelite Samarian. I was only there to test this leader for the tribe, and he only laughed at me. He didn't take me serious. That I come from Sweden the whole way to their tribes in Israel by myself, alone. And he didn't take me serious. And I told him that I come because God had talked to me. And he only laughed and didn't take it serious. So it's not these people. So that's the answer I get from God now. So I don't need to try to come to their tribe. It's this other that is, they call, God is saying here now that they call him Yah. That's what they have, the name of God. But we have said that before, that God in himself have not a name. The most closest is I am, because he is here and now. he's not in the past. He have been in the past, and he will be in the future, but he is here and now, here, just in this second. And that, and then is it correct to say the Most High? That's what he is. He's the standing alone in his power that he had. There is no one on the side of him. There is no one sitting on the right side or the left side of his throne. It's only symbolic things that is said. And in the spirit is it symbolic, and the spirit is truth. And as soon as they're coming closer to Earth, this planet, the more they be like us, and they go weak also if they are staying too long here on here on Earth. So that why they don't stay with us. They coming and visit us, but they don't stay here, because then they go so weak so they can be killed. So that's the answer about the spirit. And I will see if God wants to say something more. He's very much now. And he's showing me a blue sky, a total blue sky without any clouds. And that is symbolic for that things will clear out for me. I'm going to understand everything, what they have wanted me to do and what I should do, and where the end are of my walk. Because that is one thing I search for. I look for the end of my walk. I can't choose when to end my walk. It's not me to could say and do the end of it. But I waiting and search for the end to come. And God is saying it here with the blue sky, and then he say that I am on my way to see the end of my walk. And it's these secret things. It's not good to know the future. We need to stay here and now. We should not try to find out our future. And that's how God is saying this to me, that the answer he giving me is that I will see it clearly when the end of my walk is here and now. And it's not here and now today that I can see it. But he say he say that he makes sure that I know that this is the end of my walking. for him and for those hosts in heaven we have. So was it that answer that I got? These people, I will know when I meet them in Israel that they are my people, that I am going to be together with. I know when they are coming. It's hard because there is some tribes that have these clothes, this white like covering on their head. I know how it looked like a pillow box rounded or white. It's not that it's like wrapped around the head. That's not that people. It's a solid covering of the head, white, and then it's white clothes. And God is still here, and he said that to me, that I will feel it. I will feel when I meet these people and I see how they look like. But I should not be in doubt. I should not think that maybe it's not them. I am going to feel this is they. This is where I was sent to. I will know that. I will know that in my spirit. These people are going to meet me spirit to spirit, so they will feel it also, the spirit. And God is saying that he will make them, those leaders there in the group, God will make them be awake, so they feel the spirit from me to their spirit, that we belong together in the spirit way. So that's what I have to go for, what I know. And I can only, like I have done in 22 years now, since God come down and talked to me and took me away from Sweden and took me in his school to understand the truth. It's 22 years, and it will end here this year. But I don't know how much I'm going to do the podcast. I will know it because heaven will tell me this, how many more episodes there will be in my podcast. I don't know. They told me to start the podcast, and they will tell me when to end the podcast also. So thank you for listening, and I thank God for I'm sorry for the sound when I pick up my plate here, and I thank God to coming and talk to me about what I was talking to him about before I fall to sleep, and then I forget what it was, but now I know it. So I thank you, God, and for coming and talking, and I thank you, my listener, to have come and listen. And God will bless you, that bless me with your listening. And if you can support in some way by, for example, place this episode into your place where you are and telling people about this podcast. You can do many ways to support me, not only in money, but to make like a commercial for me to the world. So thank you, and God will bless you. And I love you, and God loves you too.